Hey, what's up and what's going on, guys? Hope you're all staying safe in this pandemic situation. Be safe and stay safe. So, let's get into today's topic. Today's topic is ES2020. Uh, before get into this, what is Ecmascript? Ecmascript is a scripting language specification to standardize the scripting languages like JavaScript, JScript, and Google Apps scripts, etc. JavaScript strictly follows and implements the Ecmascript standard specifications. So we have seen the Ecmascript has evolved a lot from ES6 version to till now with various features like class declaration, latent cons, variables, import and export features, destructuring, block scoping of variables, async await, promises, spread and rest operators, array flat map, and sort methods, and other features, right? Now it's time to see what's new in Ecmascript 2020. Um, there are a few changes that are released in 2020. That's BigInt, private variables, Promise.allSettled, optional chaining, and Nullish coalescing operator. And there are other few features. We can explore that by your own. So let's get into that. The first feature is a BigInt. Let's see what it is and what problem it solves. Just take the num value and get the highest number in the JavaScript. We can get it from max safe integer. Yeah, just assign it to a constant and just print that. Yeah, if you see, this is the highest number we can process in JavaScript. If you add few more numbers after that, it won't work well. I'll show you that. Try to add one. Let's copy and paste. Yeah, if you print now, it will not show the exact value which we are expecting. Yeah, if you see that +1 is showing the same number, I mean +1 is working fine, but not the +2, +3, +5 or 4 and 5, right? So to solve this problem, ES2020 has a new feature called BigInt. I'll show you how to implement that now. We'll just declare a variable BigInt num, and I will have to get that number. Hold on. Okay, let me comment. Yeah, this is the highest number, BigInt number. Okay, in order to specify it as a BigInt, you have to add n at the end. I'll just copy paste and also you have to add n in the value as well. Yeah, if you print now, it won't throw any error. Oh, it prints the object. Let's see in the browser console. Yeah, if you see the BigInt numbers, right, it is in the same order. It's not causing the problem which we had earlier. Yeah, this is one update. And also if you see, if you add this is the huge number than the earlier highest value, right? If you run that, it will work fine. What the heck? Okay. Okay, let me try in the new window. Yeah, even if you see, this is the huge number than the earlier highest number, right? It's working fine now. This is one feature. Next, we will see private variables in ES2020. Let's create a class called person and just a name, and we will create a function to print that name. Just console.log that name. If you okay, let's create an object and call the print method to print the name. There is no private variable now. It will just print it. To change it as a private variable, we need to add the hash in front of the variable, and this is how we can access it. I don't know if this will be working here. If you access that variable right, it will throw the error, the private variable error. Let me show you 1 second. First, let me try to print it. It should give the value as Chandru. Right. Yeah, it's printing as Chandru. So let me clear, and if I try to access a name from here, this is the private variable, right? We cannot access outside. So if you run this, you will see an error. Private field name must be declared in an enclosing class. So this is one feature that has added in ES2020 as a private variable, in a class. Next, we will see Promise.allSettled method. Let me create few promises. Let's p1 new promise. Promise will take the resolve and reject. Resolve, reject. And we will do some operations. We're going to use set timeout. Resolve for resolve and 2 seconds. Let me expand this. I'm gonna create few more promises like this. Let me change it and let me reject this promise. Yeah, and we'll just change the time to 4 seconds and 5 seconds. Now let's see what is that Promise.allSettled does. What? Okay, let me implement first. All settles get the array of promises p1, p2 and p3, and then it will give the result of that. This is the result of all promises. Let me console log if I print that, it will print all the promises value after 5 seconds. Identify P1. Okay, yeah, let me clear and run this. If I run this, it will print all the promises after 5 seconds. Yeah, if you see, it has printed fulfilled, rejected, and fulfilled, right? um, how this works is, this works, when all the promises are executed. If you want to perform any business logic after all the promises business logics are executed, then if you want to execute one business logic, you can use this feature, or else you have to use nested promises. That will be so messy one. So this is one feature that was introduced in ES2020. Let's see about optional chaining now. Let me create an object. Person have name. Let me try to print that first. If you want to access the name, you will have to persons dot persons dot person dot name. It will print out Chandru. Yeah, what if let's see, what if I remove a name from that and run that? It's gonna give undefined value. Yeah, what if I remove the person itself? If I run that, it's gonna give the error, because if there are any two level of undefined, it will throw error instead of giving the undefined value. To overcome that, we already have a solution using the and operator, right? If you want to access a variable from that object, one second, persons, we will have to go for the deep objects, right? Person and the person name. If you execute that, it will not throw error. What? Okay, let me comment that, and now it won't throw any error. Now we are using the deep objects, right? Using the and operator. Instead of that, in ES20 we have a solution without using the deep objects, right? We can use just question mark and dot to mention the the inner objects. If you run that, it won't throw any error. It will give the undefined value. This is the replacement for that deep object and solution. Let me try to add that, and if it have the value, it will return the value, the exact value we in the object. Now run that, it will give us Chandru and Chandru. Yeah, this is one new feature that got added in ES2020. Now let's see about Nullish coalescing operator. Let me have an object called person have name and age. let me have the name. We'll change it as Chandru and the age 28. Yeah, now let's try to print it. Person dot name. We are having a double pipe operator to change the name if it is null or undefined, right? This double pipe will um, change the name. Wait, let me have object of age as well. Yeah, now we see Chandru 28 has been printed. Let me try to remove that name and age and run it. Now if you run, you will see Chandru 28 as we have given after the double pipeline. The problem of this double pipeline is it will print the value which is given next to that, and it will replace the value with whatever we have given, right? In case of undefined and null, I'll show you. This is the value of the name and age when the values is removed. Yeah, and if you see, it is an empty string and 0. Even in that case, this double pipeline will print as Chandru 28 as the replacement value, which this is how this pipeline operator works. But there were some problems raised with this. Some developers want the empty string as the value and 0 as the value. So in ES20 there is a new feature. There's a slight change in the syntax. Let me show you that. Instead of pipe, we are going to use a question mark. What this does is it only checks for the null and undefined, not for the other values. If it is an empty string, it's gonna print the same empty string. If it is 0, it's gonna print 0, not the replacement value. Yeah, if you see that, this is how this new nullish coalescing operator works. Even now we have the value, right? Let me remove that. So the main purpose of this is if it is undefined or null, it will take the value, the replacement value, the replace value actually. So that's it for today. There are few other options as well, like global days, foreign, etc. You can search on your own. So thanks for watching. See you in next video.